Tonight we're actually gonna do my first review of the game and final review actually. I've had it for a month now, I've played it for a bit, and it's actually a really good game. And I'm gonna tell you guys why I think this game's actually worth it for those who actually haven't picked it up yet to go pick it up right now. And for those that, might have their own thoughts against it, hey, I might be able to change your guys' minds. But first and foremost, I'm gonna address one thing about this game. When you start live streaming, the logos, the F1 logos will get your streams like shut down. They're gonna get blocked. You're gonna have to go through issues with content. So for everyone that's gonna picking up this game to play it, try to avoid getting the F1 logos in your stream. I'm not going to be getting any in my stream, but I'm going to show you places where to avoid them. For example, at the end of the intro, they're going to show the F1 logo. So if you're going to stream, never make this run all the way to the end, because the F1 logo shows up. So, yeah. This logo, though, completely fine. This is fine. But let's cover a couple things. The first thing you see when you actually start up the game is the first menu right here. Looks simple, but it's nice. It's just hit the X button to continue. And it actually loads right in. There's no stupid waste time. There's no loading into any servers. And look at this. Menu is super clean. As you guys can see, I'm actually at round 6 in Season 2 at Monaco right now. But we're actually not going to touch career mode. Actually, I might just do a little bit of career mode. I might just do the first practice session just to give you guys a look at what it's like to actually dive into career mode. Grand Prix mode, actually, pretty straightforward. You set up whatever you want and you go in there and race. Multiplayer, yeah. Fortunately, there's actually no split screen, but there's just, your standard multiplayer options, and you can run an online championship with buddies. Custom game is you setting up your game and joining, or public matchmaking, where you pretty much just join, set the race distance you want to find. So if you want a real full distance race, you set the long. You're not looking for a full distance, 50%, but you want to do short qualifying, you come over here. If you just want to look for a quick 5-lap sprint, you come over here. 5 to 3 laps is down here. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Unless you're going to go into custom game where you just find all the lobbies over here that are open and you just jump right in. It tells you what's taking place. Alright, so time trials are pretty straightforward. You just go set your laps, get a ghost, nothing crazy. Events, these are like special events that the game pushes out. Currently this is the... Okay, so you gotta finish 6th place or higher as Daniel Kvyat, and a safety car late. The 2000 Formula 1 GP sees Kvyat running 10th with a choice to make. The team expect the top 6 finish. Does he pit for new tires or maintain track position and hope he can hold off his rivals? But pretty much it's a little thing they set up for you guys to come out and do every week. Show the leaderboard, gives you a top setup, and once again the menus in this game are super simple to read. Everything flows super easy. And championship is actually a pretty cool session. This is where you can come in and actually run special championships that the game set up for you. So you can run a championship as a regular Formula 1 driver, so you can pick your favorite driver and go drive as them. Here you got your classic season where you pick a classic car and you run in that championship. So, and it's split in 2 seasons, 2 different divisions actually. Sprint season, you do current cars, but it's just like a shorter championship. Double header, I think this is just... Oh, it's like a special like 2 race where you do 2 races at one track basically. Sprint race spec series, which is basically 1 make. Classic street series, which is all the old tracks with some of the special layouts, and all weather championship, which is basically your run-of-the-mill rain races. And invitationals, which are, these pop up actually in career mode. So as you progress through the career mode, you'll actually unlock more of these. and you'll actually get to do them. So as you can see, I actually unlocked for the most part most of them, just haven't passed all of them yet. Alright, and so let's just give you guys your first glimpse of gameplay. We're actually not even going to do career, we're going to save that for last. We're actually going to go straight to multiplayer, because I just want to get like the negativities out the way right away. Multiplayer is a little sketchy. There's no driver rating system that groups anyone, so it's kind of like hope for the best unless you have some friends that are gonna be online that you can play with. But for the most part, it's kind of a hope for the best situation with the online. So let's just try to find a random race here. It says they are in the race, so it actually tells you where they are. Practice. That's a pretty long practice session. They're in the lobby. These are in qualifying. Japan short. In modern F1 cars, only 2 guys in there. Let me try the public matchmaking. Try something here. See what it wings me into. So it looks like this race is already in place because I can't select a driver. Looks like I can only spectate here, so we're gonna back on out. Just try to pop into a custom game then, just to give you guys a quick idea. Practice, qualifying. I'm just gonna jump in this one right here. They're actually in qualifying, so I'll still be able to join. I don't know if they're going to... What up, awesome gamer? Thanks for popping in, man. Ooh, 61 subscribers. Sweet. But yeah, I would say the most sketchiest part of this game is the online. It's pretty hit or miss. You're either going to find a good, clean lobby, or it's going to be pretty hectic and messy. Yeah. Alright, so this logo is one of the logos you want to skip. That one right there, for everyone live streaming, you want to skip that logo. Yeah, I just wanted to do a quick little something, you know? And I just wanted to give you guys a quick idea what the game was going to be looking like. So we're doing 27 laps. I don't even know what team I'm racing for right now. It looks like Red Bull. Anyways, this is online. This is really wet. try and keep it on the dry line. But for the most part, online is pretty messy. But here it seems to be pretty clean. Like I said, hit or miss with online here, people. It's either going to be a really good race or a really crappy one. But yeah, awesome. I actually wasn't gonna stream, but I'm just gonna do this video because it's gonna be like an hour long. But as you guys can see, this is actually great because I get to show you some of the wet weather racing. You can see the dry lines from all the other cars are actually being created. So if everyone keeps racing on this line, it will eventually start to dry out and there will be no traction on it. Which is why I'm also not trying to deviate from that line myself. Actually sucks that I don't have to actually get to run a setup, but as you see here, rain's coming down pretty solid. You get a pretty nice little options.
Rain to ease up in around 5 minutes. 5 minutes till low rain.
You get a pretty nice group of options here, and you can actually talk to your guy mid-race. So here, if I hit the O button, you can pull up option on the wheels. Look at your car's status for the race. And if you hit square, you can actually find out what's going on.
We don't currently have their data for that request. The gap to the car ahead is 1.8 seconds. You're falling back by 1/10 a lap. They're on fresh wets. We think they've got one more stop.
Oh, and for camera mode, sorry, you get your you get your basic, you get your replay cam, third person,
2.0 seconds.
You get 2 of those, you get your nose cam, I guess you can call it, then your bumper cam, your nose cam, your in-car, which I kind of don't like because it kind of moves around a bit in this game, but that can all be adjusted, I guess. Let's get back into this because I'm driving like
the rain's really coming down, soft braking into the first corner.
As you guys are seeing now, being able to put the gas down a little bit, time's actually being picked up through every corner. Everyone should start setting new fast laps because, like I said, the dry line in the rain works immaculate. But you gotta keep the car on it. I had a 44.3 there, which isn't good. Second place is actually gaining really quickly onto first. But I'm running up the default setup, so I don't know what the car has for aero or anything like that right now. Oh, but I can adjust the diff mid-race, so. I'm assuming the diff, the downforce is set to 6.6, so.
Okay, gap ahead is 4.5 seconds.
that's my punishment for leaving the dry line, basically, or the line that everyone's been racing on. But I think this is my first time driving the Red Bull car. I'm only doing 44s. I'm not doing 43s.
It's not a perfect situation, but I don't think we have cause to move on to a different tyre yet. Pulling out a second lap on the car behind.
As you guys see, it's a quick race here, kinda, and the car actually does pretty good in the rain. As long as, like I said, you keep it on that dry line. You come over into that wet line.
Window opens. We're going to put you on a full wet tyre.
It's a whole different ball game, and you're actually race directed. You can actually shut
Okay, the gap behind is 21.8 seconds.
But overall, playing this game, man, it's one of the, out of all the racing games I've dropped recently, this is one of the more fun ones to play. Depending on what AI you're running, let's just leave it at that, but it's not like weird and laggy. The frame rates usually are pretty solid. As you guys are seeing from just watching this race, like, no issues. It's been raining the whole time, and it's been pretty solid, like, you know, no lags, no nothing. But
The pit window has opened.
each car has its own, like, you know, like, unique little handling. And, you know, I personally don't think these tracks are laser scanned. They are, okay. But I don't think they are laser scanned, though, and they feel pretty good. A lot of bumps on them. They don't feel pretty flat and stagnant. You can definitely feel everything through the wheel. And for those wondering, I'm on a Thrustmaster T300. Alright, so let me slide into this hits here. Come on, guys. Go, go, go. My offline pit crew's way quicker than that. They do a pit stop in like 2.3, 2.2 seconds.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
And the actual out-the-box force feedback in the game is actually really good as well. You don't really have to do much adjustments to the wheel to get this game feeling right. Just slight little tweaks, maybe a little force feedback strength just to your liking. But other than that, force feedback's pretty solid right off the bat.
It could be time to come in for a fresh set of boots. We're seeing a lot less spray at this point, and opinion on the wall is that we'll probably be okay on intermediates.
Dude, are you serious? I just pitted in for wets. Ah, dude, if you guys put me on wet tires, I'm gonna be upset. Yep, they put me back on wet tires.
Complete, go now.
I can't believe they just did that. They put me back on wets. That's nuts. Okay.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
I can't believe they didn't put the intermediate tires on. That's rubbish. Like, I can't believe that. That was absolutely rubbish. I had to take 3 pit stops. So I guess you have to select the tire, then select pit stop, because if not, you're going to be in a sticky situation like I am right now, where you have to take a couple pit stops just to get the tires rolling. Ah, yeah, I know, awesome, my bad.
Vehicle is looking really good. You're managing it well.
Oh, that is such horseradish, man. Can't believe this game did that to me. But yeah. Team recommended better tires, and I didn't pick them. And as you can see, I paid the price due to it being less water on the track. So team recommendation is a big thing in this game. You might want to listen to your engineer. But the game actually helps you because now you know when to, it's not like a guessing game, you know. You're not like, oh, what time for me to swap intermediates on? You just, okay, cool. Engineer said maybe it's time to slap some inters on. Oh,
Okay,
God.
you have a fair bit of damage to the front wing. It will affect performance. Damaged front wing will affect performance. We're considering switching to an alternate strategy. Do you want to change or stick to plan A? Got that confirmed.
But as you see, the damage is actually pretty good place for you to witness some damage there. Clip that wall, and as you see, the front wing took some damage. So guys called me in, got to get that front wing changed. See how long this takes. Not that bad.
Exit
8
now.
seconds to get a new front wing on it. That's not that bad. But yeah, with damage on, you can lose everything. Wheels, the whole 9 yards. There's nothing holding back here. It's just
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. Receive a
engines
penalty for
could be
dangerous driving
blown,
in
you
your
know,
subject to
everything's
traffic.
going down here. Oh God. Wasn't paying attention there. This game does have flashbacks available offline, which I'm trying to stay away from. So for those of us that like, you know, like to have those little mishaps, there's a safety button for us that can save us. But the game is solid. It plays fun. You know, the career mode's awesome. It has great presentation. It like, you know, when stuff happens, people talk to you. You have a nice little assistant that comes and tells you what's going on each weekend. You also have a pretty cool race engineer that, you know, gives you a pretty much a good update on the car and lets you know what needs to be done to help you go faster as well, because wouldn't be any purpose if you was a bad race engineer. I don't know where my fuel was just going, but that was weird that it was just depleting that quickly. See, if the game would have given me the intermediate from the get-go, I probably would have been fine. But yeah, DRS is actually disabled in the race, so there's no DRS tomfoolery. And there's a couple things that need to be addressed in this game. Like, for example, I haven't really seen it in this wet race, but offline you get a weird reflection off some of the cars in the rain. It's kind of strange. But I haven't really seen it so far in this race, so I meant, so it's pretty intermediate. Let's not go meet that wall again. We're not that cool with it anyways.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
My fuel mixer is lying to me then, because it only has like +1. And I have 3 laps of gas left, and I have 3 laps left to go. I'll take the engineer's word though. Well, paid for that right away. Let's see if the spray changes when I come over here. A little bit, but I definitely leave a brand new line over there now because no one's driven over there yet. AU Tex guy's laying it down. Well, I'm 2 laps behind. That's shameful. All those pit stops caught up to me, but overall, good race in the rain. As you guys see, the engineer actually guided me through the race pretty well. And oh god. And I got good info throughout the race. It wasn't just like, complete like chaos. And surprisingly, no one took anyone out. So I guess it was a good, online race. Usually these things don't end so well.
Well, this is it. This is where they all want to be.
Yeah, you get a little end of race celebration BS when you get pole. I didn't get pole, so we're not watching it. I hope the thing doesn't hang up right here, man. Alright, so you actually get a little milestone. I don't even know if this stuff even matters, to be honest. But I usually get tossed into just races at randoms. It doesn't usually tell me, it just usually just throws me into a lobby. But let's back on out of here. Usually you just, like it just you saw really quick, it just votes you into the next lobby. So when you usually start a championship, you come a career, you come here. Just to give you a quick glimpse of what it would be like, you would come here and you would select your avatar to what you would want. As you can see, I already have my avatar selected. Then you would come select your helmet, and in here you can actually create a custom design based off one of these pre-made ones, except for these ones down at the bottom. So any of these designs you see here, you can now select and design a new helmet for yourself. So like, I'm gonna select this helmet right here, and I'm gonna make a new one because like I've been dying to do for a while. Alright, here we go. So we're gonna go with green. Oh, you already know what we're going with here. We're gonna go black, and then go. Oh, this is sick. Alright, so yeah. As you see, I just created my own custom helmet to race with, so you guys can do pretty much the same here. Come pick your nationality. I'm Jamaican. Driver number. This is a touchy subject, but not every number is available, as you can see. So I guess the numbers that the other drivers are using, you cannot select. And then here you go. You throw your names in, and then you just register your details and accept it. And then you'd usually start your career up. You'd go select your team. Just to give you a quick glimpse, here's what my career is at. I'm in season 2. I'm driving for Renault Motorsports, and I am 3rd place in the points. So just to give you a quick look, you would come into your career, and then you would come to this menu right here, where you would select your career settings. So you would race distance. I have mine set to 50, qualifying, preferences, And actually, just to let you guys know, these settings can only be adjusted at this menu right here, where you're loading into your career. So, after this menu, you cannot adjust these settings again. Here you can adjust your race settings, which is pretty cool that you don't have to go all the way back though to the options. Like I said, menus, they actually sorted them out really well in this game. Here you can pick whatever you want: driver proficiency, brake assist, and ABS, traction control. All these goodies can be selected here, but like I said, they all have to be adjusted in this menu. And then weather, you can set it to dynamic, but I think this can only be adjusted at the beginning of the season, so you can adjust it to your personal preferences for each race, or you can set it to a dynamic and official. So then usually after that, you'd start selecting that, you would go into your first race into your season, and I think you would be selecting your team and so on and so forth. Loading times in this game aren't bad either. Pretty quick. I feel like I get pretty fast from menu to menu. Alright, here we go. Jeff got some good news for us.
The new parts have been fitted to the car. The simulation numbers are good, so look forward to your feedback. Check out the details.
Alright, so we're going to get a little bit more into this new part situation that just got fitted to my car. But let's look around here. So this is usually the career hub. You come here, most stuff happens right here. This is where you take phone calls from the assistant, and you actually manage your whole team, kinda. You're not really managing like all the stuff, but you're managing your car and how it's looking. So here it shows like what kind of tires you're going into for the weekend. I think you can actually select that. Let's go look, and here's this car. Here's your car situation. So this is what tells you, you know, your base 4 engines you start your career out with, just to give you, you know, your car reliability also is affected. So you're probably going to be going through a lot more of these than you think you are. So I'm currently, as you see, on my second engine. They're at 18% damage. 21, okay. 50. You can see I've already switched off of some of the first parts. And also you can come into here, take a look at your gearbox. Ooh. Alright, so as you see, I'm going to get a penalty if I don't do the 6 race minimum on a gearbox. But as you can see, my gearbox is a little worn out. So, and then the weekend tire allocation. So here you can go with it shows you what your tires are going to be for the weekend. So we actually have some ultra softs available, soft. So you don't want to go too crazy. You actually want to save a set of soft tires. Don't want to go too crazy on the softs. Here, this is where it shows you your career, like your rep, who's interested, who wants to sign you. Currently, Haas, Sauber, and Williams want to sign me, but I was actually doing really well. Ferrari was pretty interested, but you know. And then it shows you your driver standings over the career and how you're doing in constructors. And once again, I'm praising the menus in this game because, you know, all this stuff is just easily laid out for you. This is just the leaderboards to how everyone else in the world's doing in career mode in comparison to you. How they're doing in season-wise and how they did on their weekend. So, and then here you could just see how I did at my how I've been doing so far. 5th GP in, and I got a 1st, a 3rd, a 10th, unfortunately a 4th, and a 7th in the last GP. So here at Monaco, we're gonna try to hope and do a little better. And then here, this is just your tutorial videos. That's gonna show you how to pretty much work out the game and do like development and stuff on your car. But let's touch base back on that part we were talking about before. Remember how I said we had a new part upgraded? Bada boom, bada bang. Here you go. This is your car performance tree. Looks pretty big, bro. This looks like some Destiny type, Final Fantasy type stuff here. This is how much of your car that needs to be upgraded. And there's sublet sections here like upgrade speed, simultaneous development, and first driver bonus. So you actually have to become the first driver in the team to even start getting these bonuses. Yeah. And then pit stop efficiency. So let's take a look at the durability chart. You usually start here. You get the general wear and you purchase this, and then you branch off into these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 subcategories of the control electronics wear, the MGK wear, the MGKH wear. So this is the curves and heat MGK. This is the gearbox, the energy store, the turbocharger, and the internal combustion engine. That's what ICE stands for. And you have to upgrade these each 3 times to max out their durability. As you can see, I'm almost there with just about everything. And the gearbox has 4 durability upgrades, whereas everyone else has 3. And when you max out your 3rd engine upgrade, it takes you up to here, where you can start working more on your engine's durability. So for some people, they're going to want to start down here and work on these. So these are going to give you a better chance of your stuff not failing, which has happened to me before, where you go to develop a part, you wait 2-3 weeks, and then you come to find out the development of the part fail. So a couple people are going to want to come in here and purchase these first. And on the other side, these actually reduce the cost of everything in here. So if you guys don't want to be spending a bunch of cash, what's up, Animal Abduction? How you going? Thanks for the first like, bro. Appreciate the love. And like I was saying before, here, these reduce the price of everything in here. But every time you buy one of these, everything in here gets cheaper and cheaper. And resource points don't come by a lot. I think the max you can get is about 700 resource points per weekend. And that's if you make it through full qualifying. You go through each practice session, practice 1, 2, and 3. You set lap times, you know. I think the max you can get is about 800 or 900 resource points per weekend. But for some people, try to save the car, you know, so we don't want to be going full crazy. So in here, you're going to have your injections, you know, fuel injection. Then you're going to have cylinder head, rest-shaped combustion chamber, ERS cooling, energy store cell capacity. So after upgrading into here, you actually do upgrade some of the efficiency and durability of some of these parts up here. So you're actually going to get a little bit bonus durability in a sense, so the parts aren't going to also wear out as quicker, and you gain performance. So as you see, you're going to get engine power, crankshaft upgrades, ECU upgrades, fuel technology, efficiency, so the car burns more gas, oil pressure pump, intercooler upgrades, so I'm assuming your car's not going to overheat as quick, and the turbocharger power, which is going to give you a better turbocharger, not fail as quick. And we're going to go down into the chassis or aerodynamics section, and same thing over here. These are going to make stuff not fail. These are going to make stuff cheaper. As you can see, you can branch off into the front and rear aero upgrades. I recommend you actually do both these at the same time. I don't think it would be smart for you to go in with a front aero upgrade without the rear. It might throw off the balance of your car. So that's why I also haven't touched the aerodynamics category. So here you go, front wing main plane, rear wing main plane. Front wing main flap. So these are, I'm assuming these are flaps upgrades. So your front wing's gonna change. Kearney flap for the front wing. Streamlined suspension arms. This sounds like some Red Bull cheating here. Streamlined suspension arms. That's a little that's a little hackish. What is that? Downforce upgrades for the rear wing. DRX maximum slot gap. DRX activation. So I'm assuming your DRS can open more with these upgrades. Redesign brake ducts, so that's gonna cool your brakes better, so less wear on the brakes. Monkey seat, I don't know what that's about. Diffuser refined. Alright. So all this stuff looks like we're just gonna reduce damage on the car and wear and tear. And then we're gonna go into the chassis, and once again, same thing. Lower the price, and as you guys see, I've dabbled into the chassis upgrades with my car because, as you can see, my car does not have the best chassis out there. I am down at the bottom of the barrel. It actually gives you a good comparison on the right to where your car stands against all the other cars in each department, so you actually know where you're struggling, where you're doing good. Ooh. Pardon me. And where you're doing, like, great. So, right here, as you can see, my car's not doing so great in the chassis department. That's why I've been doing small upgrades in here. So I've gotten the central under tray and rear floor under tray upgrades. And as you can see, I can get the lightweight energy store cell, which would probably help reduce on the wear and tear on that. Store cell positioning, fuel tank positioning, heave dampers, tire blankets, wiring looms, plank, hydraulics, lightweight wheel rims, that's nice. Heat dispensing wheels, nice. Suspension geometry, engine cover distribution, intercooler location, front nose cone construction, monoscope construction. So, you get pretty deep into all of this, and it all costs a pretty penny. So I want to say, if you wanted to max out a car, it would probably take you 5 or 6 seasons to max a car out. That's purchasing of just about everything, unless you're going to be doing every single weekend, 100%, everything in every weekend, running every session. But this is what, your career is going to consist of. And then you go into your basic, your practice modes. I'm going to take you guys into that really quick. And there's actually recommended upgrades. If you hit the square button, it will take you to them and show you. But I also don't have enough resource points. And over here, this just gives you a quick breakdown of what goes on. So this actually speeds up. So let's see. Additional training in the pit crew, 10% reduction in pit stops times. Update the traffic light system, ensure there's no uncertainty between pit stop completion and release, results in further reduction in additional 10 stop, total of 20%. So I've got 20% quicker pit stops, and we're gonna get it up to 30% total. Simultaneous increased factory and working practice means there is no limit to the amount of upgrade which can be simultaneously developed. So I have to complete 100 practice programs with a perfect score to get that, and I'm gonna go into practice programs. If we get into the practice really quick, and a closer relationship with material suppliers. So this cuts down the time. This cuts down on the time that your stuff is going to take to develop. And as you can see, 6 to 3, 4 to 2, 2 to 1. And up here, this is just the first driver bonus. Complete 20 races as a first driver. First driver bonus increases. So this is just going to give you a bonus on your resource points at the end of each race. So let's just go into practice. I'm going to show you guys how to earn resource points really quick. So I'm going to leave the car how it sits basically. So I'm going to leave the car as it sits. yeah, I'm gonna leave the car as it sits right now. I'm gonna go into practice really quick, just show you guys what the acclamations are and whatnot, and how you earn your resource points is, or the vast majority. Once again, this
Welcome to
screen, for
Monaco
those
for
that
this weekend's Formula One
stream,
Grand
you want
Prix.
to skip
It's
that
a race
screen
that is
because your
truly
streams will
steeped
be
in
banned.
history. But before
Just
the
because of the
drivers turn their
F1
attention
logos.
to
I don't
winning,
understand, it's
they
silly.
first need to get through today's tricky practice session.
Another thing I like about
Lowe's
this game, the
hairpin is the
presentation.
slowest
Look
corner
at
of
this.
any track on the Formula
Every
One
track
calendar.
gives you a nice
It's taken
little
at just
presentation
48
right there.
kilometers an hour, but provides a stunning view on the first lap as the entire grid bunches up and tiptoes through the corner, hoping not to leave any carbon fiber parts behind.
This is such a tight bend that a special steering rack is used just to get around this very corner, as the cars would not normally be able to make the turn. There is the possibility of overtaking through Lowe's, but more often than not, you'll end up damaging your car.
So as you see, every race gives you a little, a little warm up like that. Lets you know a little bit about the track. Actually gives you a couple insights about the track. It's a nice presentation. The tracks are lively. You can look around the pits here. Guys are around you everywhere. It's not just one guy in the pit. Punch cars too. But yeah, you got a team here. You got guys helping you out. You got screens going. You got stuff going on. You got a guy here just looking around, and my favorite guy over here is Steve. Wait, where's Steve?
During these practice sessions, you can check the details in the car monitor. We'll get good data for both the race and factory teams.
Oh,
so
here's
well
Steve.
worth running.
Steve hands you the handy dandy laptop, and you get, you get to set up your car here. And once again, I feel like this is so cool because here you go. These are the tires you're gonna have to use. Dry, wet. You can actually switch out parts right here, guys. So for those of you that didn't know this, you can actually come right here and switch parts out right here on the track. Couple people I know that didn't know this. You can switch your parts out right here on the track. If you're having issues, you can run these parts for all the way into qualifying and then throw some super new parts in, and then bada boom, bada bang, get yourself a fast lap and a fresh new car. So you don't have to struggle. You can actually I think you can actually do this all the way up to race start. You can probably switch these parts out, but you might get a penalty depending on how late you switch these parts out, a grid penalty. So be careful with that. As you guys can see, they give you a lot of info here: track, air temperature, time you have left. As you see, it tells you about resource points down there. And I'm going to give that back to Steve.
Clear at the moment. We're good to go.
So, this is how you guys earn your resource points. You're going to be doing these right here. I'm pretty sure most of you are familiar with this from older F1 games, so I don't have to get much detail in this, but this is where we're going to be earning our resource points. And as you can see, you can come over here, do a quick overview of the track, see who's out there. You're going to go crazy. And this is where you actually get to see your what's the weather is going to be like for the session. So P2 is going to be cloudy, P3 is going to be sunny, qualifying is going to be sunny, and race day is going to be partly cloudy. So it looks like it's going to be a nice, pretty much nice weather all the way through race day. This is where you're going to take a look at your timing sheet. Has pretty much all the drivers, shows you who's in the garage, who's on the track, and then you can come right here and then watch all the drivers. So you can scroll through the cameras, you can look at the other cars, watch guys. Who else is out here? Grosjean, Massa, Vandrum, Grosjean, and Massa. Alright, so we're gonna take a look at Massa. So yeah, you can watch all the drivers, get a good feel for what's taking place and whatnot. I'm actually not going to start and do any acclamations or anything like that right now because it's career mode. I don't want to, get into that. But that's pretty much the gist of career mode. You're going to start, do your practice, do your acclamations, earn your resource points, set your fast laps, get used to the track, and then go straight into qualifying and do the qualifying session. You can actually come here and advance straight to qualifying too, and skip all these sessions so you don't have to pardon me, bounce in and out, from session to session to session. You know, you can actually just advance right to qualifying right from here. So let's exit here. So I'm gonna quit back to the main menu. So when I come back to this, it's gonna start me over into a fresh new session. Alright, so let's take a quick look at the adjustments in this game. I know a couple people will like to see that. So in the game options, you know, you come into your settings, you get your custom controls, you do your controller scheme. So here you can just about pick from the list or whatever you have, or you can actually come and do a custom scheme where you set what you want, and you can do your calibrations here, steering, throttle, brake, vibrations, MFD shortcuts, stuff like that. Then you have your audio settings, which are pretty basic, you know, the master volume, speech, all of that. And then you have your advanced audio settings, which are, you can have subtitles, push to talk, and multiplayer, dynamic range, upshift tone, all that good stuff. So, you know, this game actually gives you a lot of options, and all these options right here can be adjusted at any point in the game. So you can like be on the track and just hit the pause button and adjust it. Okay. Graphics options, motion blur. Not really a big fan of motion blur, but I'm gonna turn that down a bit. This is just your basic HUD adjustments, blase. And for those of you that have HDR, telemetry, that's, you know, for that. And your camera options, you know, you can come in here and adjust pretty much all your, and adjust just about everything for, and you can actually do this while on the track sitting there, so you know you're not guessing. So let's actually go take a look at that really quick in a quick Grand Prix race. We're gonna do some classic cars because they are classic cars. A couple things I wanted to display about these classic cars, that they're kind of not fair to each other into the class they are. Whoa, let's get rid of the spam here. Holy cow, that was wild. But yeah, like I was saying, the older cars are grouped into two cars. I think from, it splits here up to this, and then the 88, 91, 92, 96, 95, 96, and 98 McLaren are all in a class together, which I think is unfair a little bit, but we're gonna actually take this 95 Ferrari out, and we're gonna take it to a track. Wanna take it to Monaco. Single race, no practice, none of that. I wish they, and another thing, they don't let you select laps, so it's either 100%, 5%, 25, 50, I meant 25 or 5 or 3 laps. So we're gonna do a quick 5-lapper with 85% AI because I don't want to go crazy. Flashbacks, yep, vehicle damage, we're just gonna put that to reduce. Okay, all that stuff can stay, all that stuff can stay. And you can actually pick, night. Well, not every track goes to night, but here at Monaco, you can actually do night, so you can actually pick the time of day. Or let's see if they could do a You can actually do official, so where it goes, you know, with the time of day. But you can't put like a multiplier or anything. But it's still cool that you can, you know, select your time of day and weather in an F1 game. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. And for me, this is my first F1 game since F1 2013, I think. So it's pretty cool for me to come back and see all this stuff, to be just so easily accessible and just nice to just dive right in and not have it be an issue. And once again, if you didn't like what you saw right there, you can hit the options and come right here and change it all over again. So if you know you were in a rush and you weren't ready and you hit that by mistake, you can adjust it all again right here. This game comes in with real ease of use. I haven't really spoke on the physics yet because... Thanks, awesome. That logo right there that you guys just saw.
Welcome along
that
to the final
and
moments of
this
peace
logo
before a
right
grid.
here. Try to skip those two. They will get your streams banned.
Okay, don't try anything silly into one. It's gonna be crazy in there. Just do your best to stay out of trouble.
But as you guys see, I'm gonna show you some of the classic cars and like how it's split up. I picked the Ferrari because it's one of the best handling of the older cars. But you guys are gonna get the, and I do manual start. So you can do manual or automatic start. Oh god. Oh god. All over the place here. Can we get a restart? Oh, I forgot we had flashbacks. And see, they won't overtake in a yellow flag zone. But I'm trying to show you guys here, the difference between this class is that this class is split in half. Oh, I wasn't even in gear. This class is kind of split in half.
They've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring.
So the newer F1 cars are super fast, and then you have the slightly older F1 cars, which are not as quick and agile, but still semi-competitive. So I feel like this is something that they should have addressed, but if you're going to be racing these cars, you're probably going to be doing one makes in
The rest of the race. You've been awarded a time penalty for that last incident.
Alright, so you know, it's not the greatest examples, but let's change these settings to dry. Yeah, so we're gonna go dry in this race. I'm not dealing with that wet nonsense. Thought I said the light rain, not light typhoon, bro. Yeah, you gotta skip those two logos. Those are the ones that get your stream banned. But it's kind of weird that it's just... That's something I wish they would patch in the game, but hey. The AI will actually get a lot more sensible as the track breaks up, but they drive a little skittish in the first, like, you know, opening lap. Other than that, the AI, they're not bad,
Seeing
but
minor damage to the front wing. Be easy on the car till we get it repaired. We don't want to risk making this worse.
whoa, forgot this car is pretty heavy on the brake. Just listen to these cars holler. I don't know what I just did, but it looks like I did something. But I want you guys to see the split in cars and how they finish.
Okay, take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage.
And each classic car has their own unique handling. But as you can see, I have the AI set to 85 right now, and they're kind of spanking me a little bit, but I'm also not driving the best. But the AI system with the new slider is actually really cool because it makes you find that perfect level that works just for you. I currently have it set to 100 for my career, and I think that's like the perfect spot for where my car is right now in career, man. Like, I thought 85 would have been good for this race, like good competitive, but I guess I underestimated the AI a little bit. Thought I was gonna be able to jump in this car, drove it however I want, and kept up with the AI. Eee. Knocked the front wing just now, I think. But even this older car, with practice, would drive probably phenomenal around here. Get the brake pressure set just right. So you're not locking up going into every corner. As you guys see, I've been under revving this car this whole time because it's just so sketchy.
You knock the front wing. The damage only looks minor, but you'll need to take it easy to avoid making the problem worse.
see, this is one of the more modern McLarens, and if he didn't just roast it in turn one, he'd have probably had me. But as you can see, the AI does make mistakes. They're not perfect. They're not like robots in this game. They actually do put up good battles. They'll come back. As you can see, he caught right back up. He didn't give up. Most games, they just give up. These guys, they're persistent. I wish I had a car in my class, like a little slower to battle against. I don't know how I didn't get penaltied for that, but I'm just gonna take it and keep going. So here we are, we're making our way into the final lap. As you can see, he didn't cook it this time because he wasn't on a silly race line. He actually took the corner really good. As you can see, look at the speed difference between our cars. They're supposed to be in the same class, but just to let you guys know, these are some of the things you're going to have to watch out for while playing this game. Overall, man, the driving of the game, I've never personally driven an F1 car in my life, so I won't be able to tell you if this is how these cars drive, but it's a good representation, I would say. The cars handled in regards to how when they hit bumps, they respond to poor driving, as you can see. I just understeered so badly because I was on the brakes. But yeah, the presentation in this game is also pretty sick. As I said before, like, race ended, we get some nice fireworks and stuff, you know. But it's...
And as the adrenaline dies down after another eventful
it's the
Grand
classic
Prix,
cars.
here
They're
come... That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from...
not group the best, so you gotta like give them a chance. Or race the older ones against the older ones and a little bit newer ones against a little bit newer ones. That's usually the best advice I would have. Overall, they're fun cars. These cars are fun. As you can see, there's a little bit of, even the AI, if you watch them, you know, they're driving pretty clean against each other. And even if replay mode is really stunning, like, cameras are pretty solid. Not a lot of tomfoolery taking place. Wow. I feel like look at if you look at the pace between me, the Benz and the McLaren that's behind me, I feel like I was holding up the Benz a bit. Oh, that's what happened. That McLaren lost the front wheel. Oh wow, that was aggressive. Right, let's take a look at this other Ferrari. I'm not gonna watch these. That was terrible. understand. But even the guys on the side of the road looked really, like, you know, the stuff on the side of the roads was created really good, and they have really nice detail to them. Oh, oh. I just wish stuff like this bolt that's holding down this side panel here was a little bit more detailed and it looked like a sticker. But the driving physics of this game overall are pretty solid. I like them. You know, I feel like anyone would be able to get on this game and play it and be like, okay, if you turn the physics off, you're gonna be like, oh, this might be too hard for me. Maybe I need to put some time into it and get good. Or you can throw some aids on and say, screw it, I'm gonna have some fun with some friends and enjoy some F1 2017. Either way, you're not gonna be too upset with it. And the other thing is, the game itself, I would also want to say, kind of like assist you in a way. If you were to turn all these, I don't know how to really word it. It's like, if, for example, I play with only ABS, so the game kind of like, you know, for example, this car doesn't have ABS, so it's not going to have it turned on. But I feel like the braking wasn't as aggressive if it was to just have ABS 100% off. So even though if you have assist turned on and certain cars don't have, like, I guess the available part, it will still somewhat give you a little bit of, like, assist, but it's not like 100%. That's just how I feel about, like, when it comes to stuff like that. Like, say, for example, you might have had traction control turn on, and a car doesn't have it, you still might get a little bit of traction control, but it's not going to be as strong as if you had a, you know, a brand new car. And like I was saying, the difference in pace, that McLaren caught us from that massive accident that took place back there. You see, yeah, this was the next group of cars right here. And yeah, these McLarens are chewing us up, so the McLaren's kind of the cheap car in this class, to be honest. Look at them battle. It's kind of cool how they'll rub wheel to wheel too. They won't like be scared about it. Now that's just a look at the classic cars and just how they handle and stuff like that. They're not bad. Each one has their own unique feature. Next is, we're just going to take a quick look at a modern F1. We're going to pick, obviously, let's go with the Ferrari. We'll go with Rankin. I don't want to drive as Vettel. And we're going to go to a more... Let's go to Spa. We're going to do 3 laps at Spa. Oh yeah, I actually had anti-lock brakes. Oh, so I take back my assist, what I said about the assist. ABS turned off. No wonder why they weren't working at all. Okay. Usually you can set the cars to be balanced with each other, but I didn't see that option here, so I'm assuming they automatically balance the cars unless they're going to have the cars run at their actual performance. When you guys do go online, there's going to be an option for where you can set the car's performance so everyone is pretty much on even playing field. Everyone has the same handling and acceleration and aero. So it would almost be as if every car had maximum development done on it. Why is
It's
it
Sunday
raining?
and that means it's race time. We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position. And
Okay, remember to brake early for turn 1 as the pack's going to bunch up. There's plenty of runoff if things get too close.
Alright, so it looks like we're going to be doing another rain race. But let's take a look at the more modern cars and how they handle the bad weather. Now these really dark shadows are something that came with the last update.
That starts okay, now stay alert, threats around you.
I don't know what they're about, but they came with the last update, and I'm not really a big fan of them.
We're seeing minor damage to the front wing. Be easy on the car till we get it repaired. We don't want to risk making this worse.
I was hoping I can set the cars to equal, so I can get, like, for say, maybe a Honda up in first place, which would have been funny. But oh, there you go. You clip the wall. That's kind of what happens. We're gonna use a little restart there. Well, yep, that's kind of the end result of you clipping the wall. And I think that's on light damage. But there's no really full, like, just cosmetic, I guess. You can't lose your front wing and keep downforce in this thing. Either off, slow, or regular. Wow, Ferraris have really good brakes and they stop in the grass.
Okay, take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage.
Well, at this rate, I was better off driving a Renault. As you can see from a more, I guess you could say, current and faster F1 car, these things just handle this to the T. And what less would you expect from a Ferrari, right? Just didn't expect the game to throw us into rain. Overall, I've definitely found this game to be really fun and interesting to play. If you have friends, online is amazing. You guys can set up a championship and maybe run 2 or 3 races a week, you know? And if, you know, for those of us that don't have a lot of friends that play,
This is your final lap of the race.
you could head off the offline, and there's plenty of stuff for you, from time attacks to career mode to the offline championships that you can run as, you know, your favorite F1 driver, or do your own thing. Or for those those of us that just want to set fast lap times, you just go do time trials. Or I just want to enjoy the events that are posted online. You just go do the special events that they post every week. There's just about something for everyone in this game. Except for those that want free roam, I guess. There's none of that. But if you're a racing game fan, I would definitely recommend you pick this up. It's one of the better games, and I hope it doesn't slide under the radar and doesn't get a lot of love, because I feel like a lot of people bought Dirt 4 and didn't get their money's worth. But I'm pretty sure if you buy this game, you'll definitely feel like you weren't robbed. I don't know if they're going to be doing any DLC with upgrades for skins and cars or anything like that, because I know they said there have been some updated liveries or something like that in the F1 season, but they haven't been added to the game. Don't quote me on this stuff, people, but I've seen people complain about these stuff before, but overall, pros of this game, great presentation. Menus are awesome, easy to flow. You can't get lost in the menus, I'll tell you that much. But if you miss something in the menus, you could come right here, go to preferences. Like I was saying before, all the settings, controls, on-screen display. Let's see what we have here. Field of view. Pop this back. Bring the camera movement down. Alright, so let's try this, because I've never tried this before. But like I said, menu options, look at that. Bam. What is that? I feel like my driver's head is moving. Yeah, I don't want your head to move, buddy. Keep it straight. Keep it nice and straight. But pros, game has, like I was saying, the game has a great presentation. Gives you can't get lost in the game at any given time. I'll give it that much. Track selection, amazing. You get the full F1 calendar, plus slight variations of the tracks that are
So
on
as
the
I say
calendar.
that, we can see the drivers coming out now.
Yeah,
Now
sure.
then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
I'm going to say Stoffel Van Dorn.
Let's
He was
just
probably
view
one
the
of his
replay
best.
as we speak on this. But like I was saying, you can drive the full F1 track list, including, like I said, some shorter tracks and variations of each track on the list. Some tracks you actually get to drive in full daytime stream, so from full morning all the way up to sunset, and then some tracks actually go into nighttime. For the cars, you get the full 2017 car list, plus some oldies. So you get about, I think, 12 or 14 old cars in total. Maybe more. It might even be like 20. It might even be 20 older F1 cars in total. Wow, you can actually see some puddles on the track. I didn't notice that. That's interesting. So this game has puddles, unless those are just bad shadows in places. But you get some pretty cool older cars. Some favorites for a lot of people know the F2002 and F2004, I think, are in here, which are just about everyone's favorite Formula 1 cars. But they have the cars selection pretty solid, and they have the track selection pretty solid. When it comes to handling and physics, I would want to say it's darn good. The wet racing is amazing. As you see, we did a couple wet races tonight, and every time I deviated from the dry line, you noticed the car got squirmy. It didn't drive fun. Kept it on the racing line. The car drives awesome. It's grippy. You know, apparently I was doing drifts and power slides and stuff like that. But yeah, overall, physics are amazing. Dry weather physics are great. Tire temperatures work great in this game. I haven't gotten a puncture yet because I haven't been driving that aggressive, but I've seen people get punctures though. I've seen people get punctures and caught flats. Or if there's some carbon fiber on the track and you run it over, you are definitely getting a puncture. So realism is all there. Damage, as you guys see, I lost the front wheel. I've banged off the front wing a bunch of times, but there's something about the rear wing in this game, and I guess you can't lose it. I don't know what that's about, but I guess your rear wing is bolted on. You're not going to lose your rear wing in this game. And the way how the tire PSI affects its performance is also amazing. So, physics, amazing. Perfect. I would say perfect. There's no slack, there's no boaty feeling to the car. It feels great. You can even play this game on the controller, it feels great. Presentation, great. Sound, amazing. Each car sounds good. You know, the menu music is really good. You get a little bit of replay music here, which I don't usually listen to, but, you know, everything sounds great. Like, even for these electric cars, I guess, they sound really nice in this game. So the sound's actually really good. And graphics, as you guys can see, the graphics are pretty solid. With the fault of and this is where I'm probably start getting into the faults and hiccups, the recent glitch where you get these black shadows, the graphics are pretty spot on in this game, and how the cars take damage are pretty cool as well. So all that stuff I feel like is what like makes this game. And then the fireworks in the sky, the lighting at certain tracks, when just the way how they present just the atmosphere, the colors at each track, the banners, it all just comes together really well. The game doesn't also look very dull. You know, some games I feel like they look bleached. All like colors in this game, you can tell what colors are. You know it's red, blue, and green in this game. You know, you're not like, oh, is that red or pink or whatever? And now let's get into some of the flaws. these weird shadows that popped up out of nowhere. Last update that dropped brought these ugly shadows, and I wish they would fix it and get them out of the way. And there is also a pit stop, or not pit stop, a safety car glitch where you go in there full course safety car. If the guy behind you passes you, you cannot retake the position because you'll be penalized because the game thinks you're now trying to take a position. That is BS. So that so far is one of the bigger mishaps I've come across, and just a lack of a racing license or a way to group people online. I feel like a lot of people might say, yeah, that's kind of like a personal glitch or a personal reason to not like a game, but I'm not going to say it's a reason not to like it, but it would be nice to have it. This is an F1 game, and it would be nice to at least know who's actually here to race or who's like here to crash and bash. Because there's been quite a few races where I've gone online and it's just been a mess. And online works really well, except for when people are in practice. I think they should still allow you to pick your teams instead of just assigning you a random team when you jump into the lobby. So other than that, not too many other things I found wrong with this game. The AI drives great, they're not crazy, they're not all over the place, you know. The game like is put together really well. So if they could patch those last few things, I can easily say F1 2017 is probably the best F1 game to be released to date. It's great, you know. I give this game a solid 9 out of 10. 2 thumbs way the heck up, man. They put this game together really well, minus a little small hiccups here and there. But from the career mode, the events, the online, just the way how the races are put together, the presentation and all of that, this game's really amazing. So I'm gonna wrap this review up here, guys. Thanks everyone that came and stopped by. I know this one went on a little long, but I just wanted to just let everyone know what was going on, let you guys see the full career mode, saw the full online, saw some racing, saw some of the modes, saw a couple of the old cars, and just got to see a little bit of everything. So once again, everyone, thanks for stopping by, checking out the video. I hope you guys like, share, and subscribe. Enjoy the rest of your night.